Now originally I wasn't going to try to take this whole thing apart. I was going to try to leave the sheeting together and just take out the interior and see if I could fix that and put it back together, but I'll show you here. Let me turn the camera up. There's some nasty wood rot going on right here. I don't know, you can't even see it on this, but now you can. That's all nasty, just completely rotten in there. And there's some ceiling rot. All the staining in there. And, anyway, there's going to be so much structural stuff that has to be done, so I think today we're going to have to just take it all apart. Take all the little screws out, pull all the pieces off, assemble them, kind of make a drawing of dimensions, sort of, so that we can sort of put it back together the way it was before. How's that sound, pal? Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. What, pal?
Are we gonna get these ones out?
Yep, we'll take all those out.
Oh.
Watch. Look at that.
Oh.
You want to do one?
Yeah. Okay.
Oops, hang on. That one didn't want to come out real easy. Leave that one there.
Are you gonna do this one, Dada?
Yeah, we'll get that one out, yeah. Yeah.
What?
See if this one works.
Yeah.
Snap-on always gets them out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's doing it!
It's getting it out.
Yeah!
There we go. See if we can pull this off of there without wrecking it.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Daddy, you're gonna poke it!
It's got to come off of there, pal.
Oh!
There it is. It's off.
It's slimy.
It's slimy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. It's
Here.
not slimy.
Here you go. It's still squishy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Squishy-ishy.
Yeah.
How's that?
Good.
Farron's been working on pulling the wood out of here. All rotten. So that top rail is one continuous rail. So I'm probably going to have to be pretty careful taking that off because it's also got butyl underneath it. Because that's how they seal these things. All that rubberized junk that Farron was pulling off before. So we'll keep going. We'll take that window off. Right, buddy?
Yeah.
So I didn't film a lot of it just because it's super tedious, but if you can look here, pulled all the screws out and then there's staples holding this thing on. You can see the staple holes. There's staples in there. Then there's staples in the sides around there. Kind of staples in the piece that wraps around the bottom. Might be silly to save it, but this skin is going to be cheaper than anything else I could put on there. So here's what the plan's going to be. I'm going to finish taking staples out of this side sheet. And it kind of wraps around a piece that goes all the way underneath and channels onto the piece of plywood that's underneath here. It's about 6 inches wide. I'm going to try to take the whole side sheet loose and slide it down and be able to pull this bottom piece off. I don't know if it's going to work, but... It actually looks better than I ever thought it was gonna. Still kind of crappy though. See what it looks like when I pull that insulation out of there, huh? Check this out. You like this? Oh, that's why we're redoing this. Nasty. Well, we're in here taking the skin off of this thing. I'm really starting to wonder if this is a good idea. This thing is rotten, nasty, doesn't want to come apart, and I bet you it's going to be tons of fun to put back together. But we're in it this far, so let's just keep going. We'll see where it ends up. She's gorgeous. That's the beautiful thing. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, don't fall over on me now. Come on. A little bit sketchy. I think this thing's gonna fall over on me. Dang it. Ridiculous. I always wondered what it'd be like to have help. Nah. Probably wouldn't get beat up by a dang piece of tin. Come on. The hanger header. There. Kinda. Get out of there. All right, I think we can put it back down. Free shot.
Up into this corner.
What a flies. Hey everybody, today we're going to be putting the, you can't see what I'm pointing at. We're going to take the side panels of this topper and we're going to transfer them onto the piece of plywood that my camera stand is sitting on. We'll go from there. Let me show you what it looks like so far. So these were the old side panels and you can see they are shot. But all I needed is that radius and this radius to be transferred onto the plywood, which I did right here. I marked out the window. I flipped it over and did it on the other side as well of this piece of plywood. So I'm gonna cut those out, cut them down. I should be able to get both sides, the outside frame out of this piece of plywood. topper is actually 98 1/8 of an inch long. I have to go past the plywood 2 inches. The way this was built the last time, they kind of did a janky job of putting together the ends to make an extra 2 inches out of this. So I tried to redesign it and make it a little bit stronger by putting an actual frame in it rather than just pieces of plywood that they ripped an inch off of and nailed it on the end of the plywood, because anybody knows that's not strong. 85 on the money. I didn't know I needed one of these until I got one, and now I use it more than I thought I ever would have. Here it is. And by the way, I suck at it. Yeah, I'm not used to it. Haven't done anything for ages.
But you've been doing a whole bunch of not filming.
True. Which, if you're going to be a YouTuber,
You don't be messing around.
you got to get dang busy, I'll tell you what. Got dust in my throat. It's probably a waste of time, but I'm thinking about if water gets into this thing, how can I keep it sealed? So I put a long straight line on the top, hoping that the water won't sit between there because it'll have a good glue seal on it. It's probably a waste of time. We're going to do it anyway. My glasses on so I can see down that end. Don't nail your fingers.
I heard a new motto from one of my friends, Carissa.
What's a motto?
No, nothing. What's a motto with you? You know what Carissa said? Chad's motto is?
What?
Done is better than perfect. That's not your motto.
We got to question that guy about things. Don't believe everything you hear. I bet you love it. Mm-hmm. Just get it done. No. We're going to do it right or we ain't going to do it. This board is warped. It's terrible. Look
You
at
still
that.
use it?
Yep. Look at how bad that is. We'll just make her straight as we go.
That's the proper way to chisel something?
No. Proper way would be to have my chisel a little bit sharper than it is.
Wood smells good right now.
Yeah. Maybe it's me, baby. You don't need to pass it off on the wood.
You're funny.
I'm pretty sure it's not me. I'm pretty sure I smell like a horse.
Stop saying funny junk when I put my arms down.
Stop putting your arms down.
I can't keep them up like this all day long.
You got the skeeds coming out.
Get rid of the glare. There's a glare.
Yeah, wherever I'm around, she's looking at me. There's a glare. You know what I'm talking about. I gotta notch another one. Way to go. Meathead. Don't forget that one now.
Throat clearings again, sir.
I just ate supper.
Say it phlegm.
I got crap in my throat. You're welcome. Ouch. Ow! Ah. Just kidding. Burger flickle. Oh, wow. Cut it.
Now that you have a microphone, you think you can just whisper everything?
Whisperer. The wood whisperer.
That should have been your channel. So somebody the other day described you as the man on Frozen that has the big summer blow.
Who did that?
I can't remember. I was at a store and they're like,
What did you call me?
shit.
Dadgum and dadgum.
Folks, never try to catch a chisel. Just let it fall.
Let it fall, let it fall. I don't catch a chisel anymore. Here's the final piece on this end. I had to notch out a place for this plywood to sit into, and that it would all sit flush when it's all done. Here's how it goes on.
Kind of hot out here.
You're kind of hot out here.
Woo.
Take a glove.
What's that mean?
Means it was good because it worked. Sure, somebody understood what I just did.
Come on, people, like and subscribe so you can get a bigger air compressor.
I have a bigger air compressor.
Well, that works.
It's going to be a YouTube video
Oh.
because it's a project.
That's all we ever get.
Projects.
What is this you're doing?
Wiring the switches that I'm going to have in there. Just putting lead wires in. These aren't going to do anything more than sit here for now. I'll take it over here, stick it in its spot, and since I've got more to cut out, I just push on it. And I don't know if you can see it, probably can't, but there's an indent on there that I just got to cut that stuff out yet. Bada bing. And cut that piece out. Can you see the indent on it?
Yep.
So when you're cutting styrofoam, you can't cut like this because it'll just pull it all out. But if you put it on a low angle, it cuts through like butter. And you can increase your angle as you go. And you just get a big old mess of that stuff that sticks to you like glue, and go stick it in there. Tight. He's tight, man. Next. Well, it's the next day, and today we are working on the removing staples. See, all these staples have to come out, and all this butyl. And then there's some work to do, like to that edge is all banged up. Some of it down here was all folded over, and I tried straightening it out already, just made it worse. So we'll do some body work on that. We'll get her done so that we can start assembling this mess of stuff. All those hail dents on there. We don't care, you're not going to be able to see it. So pretty much everything I'm going to do to this one is done. Staples are out, body work is done, even though that looks absolutely hideous. If I can figure out a way as I do this how to get that a little more straight, I'll do it, but currently I don't have one. This end's a little bit rusty, but shouldn't be a problem because it'll be behind the trim. Originally I wasn't going to paint this, but I think I'm going to have to. which is a bummer. So we're working on another panel of this thing, and if you noticed, this thing used to have wood grain painted or stamped. I don't know what it was, but I ended up wiping it off with one of these panels, so I'm going to end up repainting this thing, I'm pretty sure. I pointed that out to my wife that there was wood grain on there. She's pretty sure she could make that happen again. So maybe we'll do that. Putting wood grain back on the side panels that are brown. My wife is the master. So to prep this shiny metal that has no paint on it anymore, I'm using a red rag, a red Scotch-Brite pad. My wife loves the word by the way. If you didn't know that already, she does. It's really fun to edit it out. All this does is put some surface scratches on it real fine. They're not going to show up in your paint. They're just going to put a nice surface to bond paint to. I won't bore you to watch that the whole night. Once you're done scuffing it or sanding it, I'll blow it off. Just to get the dust out of the way. And I'm just going to rattle can prime it. Once that sets up in a day, I'll come back and I'll rescuff the top of that primer and then I'll put paint on it. I'm going to flip that around end for end so that I make sure I didn't miss any edges. See, it doesn't even have to be a pretty coat. Although, if you're putting on a really fancy paint job, your primer coat determines a little bit what your top coat is going to look like. If your primer coat is trashy and not well done, your top coat's going to match that. This is not that fussy.
You're gonna be done tonight?
No.
Oh.
I wish.
It looks like you're going fast now.
Making headway.
Yeah.
Most of the shell painted and the shell is put together, we're going to pull some wires. We're just trying to tie these two together so that we can pull them through the wall. Hope they don't come apart. That looks pretty good. Today we're doing all kinds of fun stuff, making bezels for the lights, which these are the interior lights I'm going to use. They're actually marker lights, but they're LEDs. They light up all right. We're going to put 8 of them around the perimeter of the ceiling up there, and making bezels for them. Here's the bezels. Pretty simple piece of pine, just made out of a 2x6. It's got a profile on it. I don't know if you can see the squinting my eyes so I can see that stuff in the dang video. Whatever. Mark the center hole. I'm going to go on the drill press and drill them out now. Second to last step on this. Actually, where's that sandpaper go? Since I actually don't like the look of pine, I got some mahogany. So we're going to stay in these. We got what they call a high-class pickup camper. Is there such a thing? Probably not. That's all right. We're not looking for high class, high society. I mean, not that we got anything against you guys. Thought I wouldn't have this all over my hands by the time I was done. That's an impossibility. All right, one down. Oh, she's gorgeous. Let her dry. Oh, she's a beaut. Tell you what, oof. This wood just got more expensive already. Like gonna be like staying in the Ritz, Carlton. Probably a more expensive one than that now, isn't there? I don't even know. Who stays in expensive hotels? We stay in the cheapest hotels we can find when we travel. As long as there ain't no bed bugs, as long as there ain't no creepy areas where it's a little risky, we stay there. Because we're cheap. Change that, because I'm cheap. My wife, not quite as cheap as I am. But she's frugal. I'm not going to bore you with watching this whole thing. Today we're putting on the trim on the back of this thing. I got the rain drip edge on. I've got the bottom edge on. Got the one piece of side trim. And I'm about to start putting this last piece on. So what I did is I put a little strip of caulk down the outside inside corner. Does that even make sense? It must. And then I put a little bit of caulk over each nail hole. And I had to use these old ones and fix them just a little bit because I can't find it anywhere right now. I haven't looked real hard, but this is what I'm going with for now, and it's free. Put you down here and you can watch me install the last piece of trim. Well, I should say the last piece of trim on the outside edge. Slide in there. Like a glove, little persuasion ought to help. There, now we're golden. All right. She's trimmed back here. We're good. We got, oh, that's not good. She's done. There it is. Here's the next thing we're working on today. We got these windows. Believe it or not, I got them working fine. Look at that. Just like they should. First thing I'm going to do before I polish these up is I'm going to go over the frames with a little lacquer thinner just to get anything that might be sitting on there that I can remove with some thinner. If there's any of that sitting on there, I won't be able to polish it through that. I could really go crazy on polishing these, but I really don't feel like taking the time to do that. That's the part I did. Not even that good. Look at that reflection disappears right there. Whatever. That's not done yet. So you can see the difference. From a distance, that'll look okay. I might actually go over that piece one more time. But that's what we got. I don't want to bore you with watching me polish these all up, so we'll stop right here and we'll continue on once we're loading them in. So we're going to reseal these windows, and what I'm going to do is tape them off, because I'm not that much of a hack. New sealant in the corners of the windows. Windows are all cleaned up. We're good to go. Here it goes. Right where it should be. Perfect. Well, we got one light left to put on the back end here, and then the outside is buttoned up. We'll pretty much be ready to put it up on the truck. Light up.
Yeah.
Good. We got her.
Supposed to do with that or a heat gun?
It's fine with this. It's fine.
Where's your new little lighter? I got you.
What new little lighter you got me?
I got a whole pack of them.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, you did, because you asked me about them.
I guess I knew that.
What are these lighters for? You said. I said they were on clearance, so I got them for you.
Because you're smoking.
Because you're always looking for
Because
them.
you're smoking hot. Need a lighter because you're smoking hot.
Oh, thanks.
Guys, use that on your wives.
Works every time.
60% of the time, it works every time. What movie is that from?
I have no idea.
I actually hope you've never watched it because it's terrible.
I don't know what it is.
See you later. We're going to try to mount this gate right now. Got a little stand set up to set it up there and get it all put where it's got to be, and then I'm going to try to mount it. Too much crap in the way. All right. She's mounted. It's on. Oh yeah. A little bit too tight, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's just right. Yeah. She gonna be a beaut? That's a beautiful thing. Should have just put those other two on as well. Oh well. All right. I like it. Now we got her.
What are you doing?
Now we're cooking with gas. You gotta mount this one. I got these on. Way too high. It's too late though. I'll put this one on and suck it down. It's probably gonna be too high as well. Out the old holes and the new ones. Put a bead along the top here. Take it. Blow the spider web out of it.
Very thorough cleaning.
Yeah. Right there. Bueno más. I'm gonna put a scratch pointing at the holes because this one has a lot of holes. See it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's been shot up.
Yeah. So we a little caulky caulk. A squirty squirt.
It's gonna look real pretty around that. Like frosting a cake.
I figured out nobody cares. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares.
Here's if you're using the bright white color.
Nobody's going to come up to this thing and look at it and be like, what was he thinking?
Unless
And if they do, I'm not going to tell
what you were thinking.
them. Yeah. Or that I wasn't.
Why does it hang out so far?
Because I think I got to bend those tabs slightly in.
Is that what's holding it out on my end or what?
Yeah, well, some of it is this. The flange here hits the top already.
Oh yeah.
And so I am in the process of building a box for this corner to put these switches in. And When they get all done and sit in there, they should be about right there. So here are the 4 pieces opening out for the switch box to sit in. I beveled 2 of the corners at 45, so it'll sit in the corner like this, if you remember. Another one to sit there, and another piece to top it all off. I'm gonna do this is with tape and glue. Today we're going to be making the cabinet that goes in the front here inside. Thought you guys might enjoy seeing this piece. Take a razor blade, little cut. And the door is out. There, now I got to build the box. Spared you some of the tedious details of building the inside of this box. Framing the floor, I just used scraps. We're drilling the holes to mount the bolt. Mount the bolts. Mount the topper. So you put a block on the top so that you don't tear up the top side of this board when that drill comes through. Worked pretty well. If you didn't do that, some of this stuff would have just shredded out as that drill bit comes through.
What are you doing?
Wiring in the lights.
Wiring them in, huh?
To the truck. Making it disconnectable. High quality disconnection here.
Smell-o-vision. That stuff is potent.
What are you smelling?
The tape. Liquid tape.
Switches are in. That was the project for today. We got the cabinet back in. So, all done. Well, not done. It's never done, right? That's all. Habbity, that's all, folks.